Yo, welcome to another episode of Fat Guy in Philly. This is episode 2, and it's called I Don't Think That's Asking Too Much. In this episode, I'm going to be doing a little bit of ranting and raving about some of the things that piss me off. Hopefully, maybe some of those things are things that you'll be able to relate to, so feel free to leave comments, whatever, and hope you enjoy it. The first thing I'm going to talk about is right now, it's November, or almost November of 2008, and you know what that means. It's another election year. I've never been all that crazy about the political process, to be honest. I've never been that involved in it, but there's some things that I always notice about it, whether it's the presidential election or even stuff like, local Congress, senatorial, mayoral, whatever. There's some similarities that I'm pretty sure you've probably noticed as well. The closer it gets to voting day at the end of this thing, the worse the ads get. I mean, you can't get away from this stuff. It's all over the place. It's on the radio, TV, signs, whatever. But isn't everyone kind of sick and tired about the same finish line barbed wire cat fight? Do you really think Ben Franklin and the gang had this kind of stuff in mind, that they envisioned this as a necessary part of the electoral process when they laid out the principles that helped found this country? I don't think so. I mean, can't we just have an election where candidates focus on the issues? Focus on the things at hand, and instead of how their adversary seems to bear an uncanny resemblance to the Antichrist? Never mind who you're running against. Let the people decide. I don't think that's asking too much. Alright, well, while we're on heavy subjects like the electoral process, let's talk about another one, which is even heavier. It's the war in Iraq. It's a hot subject. I'm probably going to catch some flack for this, but, these are just my opinions, and it's still America, land of free speech, so... here's what I think about it. Right now, we've been there for 5.5 years, okay? Times are tough now. The economy's hurting. People are losing their jobs, their health care, and by the way, I'm pretty grateful to still have both of those right now. But the bottom line is America is worried. Right now, things are not looking so great. So, can somebody tell me what the hell we're still doing in Iraq? After 5.5 years? I understand when we had to do something after the historical tragedy of 9/11. I mean, let's face it, if terrorists are willing to bring the fight to American soil, then we damn well better be ready to roll up in their backyard too. I get that, all right? I understand that. I didn't have a problem with going there in the first place. But, trying to convert Iraq to a democracy? What's up with that? So, we're spending $4 billion a month to prop up Iraq when we got problems right here. That I think that we could be using some of that to help out instead of spending that much there. I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but it's kind of common sense, And I understand that we got to combat terrorism. I'm fine with that, but what we're doing in Iraq is way beyond combating terrorism. And after 5.5 years, you don't got nothing to show for it? Maybe it's time to rethink that strategy, And making the world safe from terrorism ain't going to help the guys in the financial districts who are jumping out the windows in the high-rises, And the most important thing of all is that American soldiers are over there being crippled and killed every day. Every day. Thousands of American lives are being lost, and thousands more are being altered forever by debilitating injury. So, bottom line is, can we just bring our boys home? I don't think that's asking too much. Alright, let's go on to some lighter subjects, enough of that heavy stuff. Since we're talking about what time of the year it is, and being all chronological and that kind of stuff, it's October, and you know what that means. October means World Series Baseball, one of God's finest creations. And this year, the Phillies are actually in the World Series. I mean, I can't even begin to tell you how exciting that is for this city. I mean, we haven't been there in 15 years. 93 was the last time that we went, and we didn't even win, and the city was crazy about it. So we haven't won it all since 1980. And it's been 28 years since our last World Series title. I mean, this old fart was 11 the last time they won. That tells you a lot. So we need a title in this town. We need it desperately. And right now, we are so damn close. So close. And that's why everybody here is just going nuts. I mean, you cannot go down the street without seeing people wearing Phillies gear, having Phillies bumper stickers, the pennants flying from the car windows, the signs on the buildings, the businesses, the lawns of people's houses. It's just crazy. And it's been a good series so far. You know, it's tied up 1-1, so Game 3 is pretty critical. But I got a problem so far with the Phillies. And my problem is this. Alright, it's 1-1 right now. But we should be up 2-0. And the reason for that is that we are 1 for 28 with runners in scoring position. 1 for 28. I mean, how do you put up a number like that? 1 for 28. And that one, by the way, that one was an infield single that didn't drive in a run. Thank you very much. And more importantly, 0 for 7 with runners on third and less than 2 outs. That's incredible. I mean, it's so easy to score a run when you have somebody on third with 1 out or no outs. All you need is a ground out, okay, or a fly ball that's past the infield, okay. I mean, for the love of God, can't we get a sacrifice fly or a fucking ground out? 0 for 7? Are you kidding me? I don't think that's asking too much. So let's go, Phils. Get on the stick and get with it. Alright, while we're talking about October and October baseball and the World Series and all that stuff, you know what's right after October? That's November and December, and that means that we are in the holiday season, which is a retailer's phrase that loosely translates in marketing speak as all the holidays are going to be here by around sometime next week, so you better start buying everything right now. So, as I'm sure you've noticed, people that do the marketing seem to think that Christmas comes before Thanksgiving and that Halloween doesn't even really seem to matter, except for the places that sell candy and those Halloween-only stores, which I still haven't figured out how they survive the rest of the year. But that's how it is. And, you know, when the economy's not in great shape, like right now, this process gets even worse as marketing tries to accelerate consumer spending by pouring on more advertising even earlier. So, do these people really think that we've forgotten about Christmas and Thanksgiving and when they're going to be here? Do they think that we're suddenly going to stop eating turkey and giving gifts and flying home on the airlines to visit family members and all that good stuff? I mean, come on. Just let the holidays come in the order that they've always been. We know when they're going to get here. Stop advertising Christmas in July. I don't think that's asking too much. Alright, well that's about it for my rant and raving, at least for this episode. I'm sure I'll come up with more stuff to bitch about sometime soon, and when I do, there's going to be a shiny new, I don't think that's asking too much, number 2 video probably posted up here. But in the meantime, I hope you enjoyed this version of it, and I hope you'll tune in again sometime soon just to see what I've been up to. I don't think that's asking too much.